Hello, this is Christian Okoye, former Kansas City Chiefs. You are listening to Grueling Truth.
Hi, this is Oz Davis of the GruelingTruth.net, welcoming you to the pilot episode of a podcast we like to call What Ticks Mike Off. Fair warning, if you're easily offended, you should probably stop listening right now. Okay, got it? Everybody still with us? Good. Without further ado then, I'd like to introduce title character, and he is a character of the show, Mike Goodpaster. Mike, how you doing today?
All right. How you doing, Oz?
I'm doing okay. You sound surprisingly in an even-tempered mood. Are you going to be able to work yourself up into a lather about a few topics?
I'm always even-tempered, Oz. I don't know why you're calling me a character and stuff. And, guys, basically Oz wanted to do this show so he could do one more show so people could hear his voice. But go ahead. Yeah,
I'm up to, I think, 17 podcasts on the GruelingTruth.net weekly. But this one is not about me. This one is all about Mr. Goodpaster. The format of the show is simple enough to understand. Each week I'll be serving up 5 verbal softballs in the form of discussion topics, followed by Mike not so calmly explaining what about said topics ticks him off. Everybody got that? Now, I keep asking these questions like I'm going to get an answer. All right, good. Let's get started. All right, you ready to start, Mike?
Sure.
All right, let's get going on this. Here we go. What ticks Mike off? Topic number 1, soccer. You like soccer, Mike?
I think soccer is stupid, Oz. I mean, to me, it's a sad, frustrating game. It's a struggle that has no real-life reward. It's kind of like midget wrestling or watching my Cincinnati Reds since they're terrible this year. I mean, nothing's accomplished in the end. And, I mean, soccer is like a war where 2 countries are fighting each other, but neither one of them has enough ammunition to actually do damage to each other. You know? Well, it's like a presidential debate where the candidates can't use vowels.
Ooh. Now, that sounds kind of interesting. Maybe that's in Czech or something like that. That sounds like a good little handicap. But Mike, I mean, look. It's the world's number 1 sport. I mean, this is a sport that they were playing in China back in the BC days. I mean, this is a profound human endeavor, I think.
So you're going to call soccer a profound human endeavor?
Yeah. Look, it's
that's more like the invention of a light bulb or something, I would think. Probably not a game where you're not even allowed to use your hands, Oz. I mean,
but that's
the 2 greatest tools that God gave to man to separate us from animals is we have hands. They allow you to grip a ball, catch a ball, throw. You know, I mean, you can't use your hands.
You don't consider the brain an evolutionary superiority?
Okay, well let's look at the brain. I mean, outside of the feet, the most usable part of your body in a soccer game is your brain. So you're going to smack your brain off a ball.
Well, not directly.
And I watch a soccer game, and the world's best players will have a shot, and they miss the net by 12 feet. 12 feet. That'd be like LeBron James shooting a free throw and throwing the ball over the top of the backboard.
Right.
And do you know why that occurs?
Why does that occur?
Because kicking is an inexact science. Your foot is like a foreign object. You don't know where the ball is going to go when you kick it. Ask Buffalo Bill fans and Scott Norwood. So, I mean, how are you going to – I really don't want to play a sport that doesn't allow us to use the 2 greatest things that God gave us, which are our hands. It makes us like animals.
Wow. See, for me, that's what makes soccer great. I mean, seriously, it's the only thing that humans do where you are disallowed from using your hands. There's not one other thing we do in life that's like that. And to me, that's the profound aspect of soccer. That's what makes it great.
Stomping grapes,
that's what makes it a beautiful game. Sorry?
You can stomp in grapes. You're not supposed to use your hands.
But it's not against the rules to.
And I'm sorry, but seriously, they don't stop the freaking clock. You don't really know when the game's over. You know, how hard is it to pay $5 to a dude who just sit there and hit stop every once in a while when the action stops because somebody's hurt? I mean, soccer is like when you go to pick up your kids at the sleepover and they look at you and say, yeah, I'll wait 5 more minutes.
Right. Or until I arbitrarily decide to stop the clock. Right. right, exactly. But see, you're just giving all the classic reasons why Americans don't like soccer.
Well, I mean, does it really matter if any other country likes it?
Ooh,
I mean, seriously, I don't have to watch Sky Sports or whatever. I mean, plus, I mean, in American sports, you fight, you scratch, you claw for every inch you get. You know, we don't cut corners. Well, sometimes maybe the Patriots do, and but we don't look for bailouts from the refs. We don't complain and make excuses. But in soccer, the most contact that is made is when somebody flops.
Right.
And flopping is an art form in the, as you call it, great game of soccer.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of times it looks like a stunt body double in a Bruce Willis movie. Nobody even touches them, and they drop like they got shot. And don't even get me to the biggest part, which is the lack of scoring. I don't want to spend 2 hours watching a sporting event where the only meaningful thing that happens occurs once or twice a game. Plus, the clock does not stop. I'm older. I've got a bad prostate. I'm going to miss some action because I got to pee. But luckily, there's no commercial breaks because they just continuously play. But the great thing is, if I go pee and then go outside and run around the block for 10 minutes, I come back. It's still 0-0, and they still got the ball in the same spot.
Nah, that's when you miss the goal. No,
it's not when you miss the goal, because goals are a lot rarer than peeing.
Well,
and have you ever? This is the thing. Scoring in soccer is so rare. You ever heard the soccer announcers where they scream he scored for like 10 minutes?
Sure.
But I think the reason they do that is they're trying to fill time until the next goal is scored.
So the guy should be going for like 37 minutes. Like, go!
Yeah, I mean, 37, 38 minutes. I mean, it's stupid. I mean, let's see. I obviously don't watch this stuff, but I did see on SportsCenter they made the big deal about the U.S. Was it China or something in the World Cup? They go a couple overtimes, and then they have a penalty kick. I mean, come on. How are you going to decide what's supposed to be your biggest game with something that has something to do with just whether your goalie guesses to go the right way or not?
But don't you like hockey?
It's all right.
In hockey,
it's a lot better than soccer.
You get 1-to-1. In hockey, you get 1-to-1, and now in the NHL,
in hockey you get 1-to-1. But the difference is this: it might be 1-to-1, but the goalies each had 30 saves, so there was a chance somebody could score.
Okay, so final verdict: soccer is stupid.
It is stupid. I mean, our forefathers didn't fight for this country's independence in 1776 to watch this great nation embrace soccer. I guarantee you this: George Washington's grave is thinking there's no way we fought the Civil War, the Revolutionary War, for this.
Yeah. See, I was wondering when the specter of Washington was going to come up here. Yeah. Ben Franklin, he was not a soccer guy either.
I don't know. He was kind of a man whore over in France, so you never know. He might have liked soccer a little bit.
There you go. See, it's that French influence, man. That's
and the other thing is, look at all the fighting. Why do you think these people that go to this soccer match that's supposed to mean so much end up in a riot?
Oh, well, this is part of an imaginary show called What Pisses Oz Off, because, I mean, hooliganism is something completely different. That's a completely different phenomenon. That's guys who want to get into fights, and they're using
But it doesn't happen at European basketball games very often.
Happens at Buffalo Bills games.
Oh, that's just a couple people to get drunk and fight. That happens every day outside my house.
Right. Okay. Well, let's
you know why I think they fight so much?
Why? Because they're bored.
It's because they're standing there watching something where nothing's happening. They get bored, so they figure, "What the hell? Let's get in a fight. It'll give us something to do." That's
what happened on The Simpsons.
Hey, and one more thing: soccer games are 90 minutes long, right? 45. Instead of counting down the clock from 45 minutes every half, they count from 0 to 45. And then 45 to 90. This requires fans to do math to find out how much time's left in the freaking half for the game. And then doing math is one thing that I hate the most, so I really don't want to subtract while I'm watching a game. Just let me know how much time's left.
Well, no, okay. I suppose so. But I would argue that something like football, you have to do math, too. You have to find out in what minute he scored. How many minutes did the Packers have the ball, for example?
Why do I care about that? I just care if the Packers scored or not. Let's face it, 90% of the people that go to Packer games or games anywhere else are so drunk they don't realize how much time's left most of the time.
Wow. Okay, maybe a bad example, but I didn't want to bring up the Patriots again, for example.
Well, I like the Patriots. I think they get a bad rap, but go ahead.
All right, let's move on. Now, surely, topic number 2, the Olympic Games. You don't have any problem with the Olympics, do you, Mike?
Oh, not until, 1996 I stopped watching it. I mean, it's
why 1996? Because it was Atlanta?
I don't know. Maybe my attention span got shorter, but I watched the Olympic basketball. But, I mean, is there anything more corrupt than the Olympic Committee and how they select where they have the places? And I'm sorry, but I flipped by the TV today, or yesterday, and I watched a little bit of diving, and I'm sorry, that pool looked like the Ohio River.
Well, yeah. That's what I was going to say is confess. It's because, this Olympics is being held in the backdrop of Zika virus and polluted ocean and faulty toilets, right?
Well, yeah, I've got 2 faulty toilets here at my house, too, but
but I bet your water's
entirely different. My wife is on my ass all the time to fix them, and I keep saying, honey, I will. Never gets done. But, I can just plunge it after I poop, and we're fine. But my problem is, I don't know, you got a kid or 2, right?
Sure, yeah, I have 3.
You got boys or girls, or?
I have 1 older son, and I have 2 girls.
Yeah, my problem is my boys never flush the toilet even when it works, so I always got to plunge it anyway. Why is that? I just figured I'd ask that. It's true. I mean, they just poop, and then they leave it. And then you walk in there, and it stinks, and it makes me not even want it to poop anymore. But I digress.
And it's a
what were we talking about? The Summer Olympics.
Yeah, it's a metaphor.
To me, the Summer Olympics, when it was amateurs, even if our country was the only ones that were truly amateurs, that's what I wanted to watch it.
Right. This is what you were talking to me about the other day. Is oh my God, like proper athletes play in the Olympics now, so it's no good.
Yeah, I mean it's professional athletes. I mean tennis. Watch Serena Williams beat somebody in the Olympics. What's the difference between that and watching it in the U.S. Open? This is supposed to be for young, up-and-coming athletes. I mean, when I was younger, this is where you got your Sugar Ray Leonards. This is where you got a freak like Bruce Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, maybe that doesn't happen if you got professionals. Then maybe he never would have got with a Kardashian and then become a freak.
Well, okay, I guess so. But nowhere in the Olympics does it say that these must be amateur athletes.
Actually, it did say that in 1896.
Well, okay. But
you're supposed to be an amateur. That is why they took Jim Thorpe's medals away from him.
That's right. Okay. You're right.
Because he won the pentathlon and the decathlon in the 1912 Olympics, I think in Stockholm, Sweden, and it was taken away from him. It wasn't given back till, I believe, the early 90s.
Yep, you got me there. Yep, nope, that's right. How could I forget? Just going back to your earlier point, is there anything as corrupt as the IOC? Yeah, sure, FIFA.
Yeah, FIFA, which is two things I hate. FIFA's a joke. Number 1, it's soccer. The ruling body's named FIFA. That's something I name a poodle. And I'm a grown man, so I don't want a poodle. I want a real dog, like my lab, who just lays on the couch all day and then goes out and poops every once in a while. And only does it when it's raining, so I have to dry his ass off.
Yeah, that's what you. This whole thing is already turning into an hour of ass talk. You've got toilets flooding. You've got your dog's
well, you know
ass.
what? When you want to talk about soccer,
well, okay,
you get shit.
Right. Again, if you're equally offended and you're still listening,
you already warned them.
Now.
Nobody's listening to us anyways. Go ahead.
Yeah, probably not. Okay, let's talk more about corruption. I think this whole thing's going to be about corruptions and butts. I think this whole show is set for that.
Corruptions and a bunch of asses.
Yeah, that's right. Let's talk number 3, the corruption of the NFL and Goodell the AF. You don't even want to admit that you watch NFL football anymore, right?
Well, I'm fine with admitting it because we do the shows, which make sure everybody listens to the NFL Pick'em Show with myself, Matt Andrews-Cabbage, and former Pro Bowler Leon Searcy. Every Wednesday morning, the show will be out during the NFL season, so make sure you check that out. My problem with the NFL is this. You get a guy like Greg Hardy, you let him play.
Really?
Come on. They let Greg Hardy play. I mean, Greg Hardy shouldn't have been playing last year. What Greg Hardy did, if you read the accounts, was probably worse than what Ray Rice did. But Ray Rice was on video. So since it was on video, people complained about it. When people complain to the NFL will bow down to them.
Right.
The NFL's always done that. The most recent one was the Dallas Cowboys wanting to put the little insignia on the back of their helmet for the police that were killed in Dallas, and the NFL tells them no. But my point is this. You remember Devin Still, played for the Cincinnati Bengals, his daughter Leah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
They let him wear something for his daughter, but the reason they did that is because, they had a Sunday night game. They basically profited from it. If they can't profit from it, they're not going to want to do it. I mean, we've interviewed hundreds of former NFL players. None of them have been treated correctly by the NFL. This is a billion-dollar industry where every team, as soon as the NFL contract signed with the TV networks, they can't lose money. And we had a guy on that played for the Rams back in the 60s, who played for, I think, 12, 13 years, great player, still holds some records. His pension is $1,200 a month. And all these teams are worth billions of dollars. But you can't take care of the people that made you what you are. Now they're starting to do a little bit more because people are starting to bring it up more and are starting to be caught more, but it's an absolute joke. I mean, if an NFL team sells your jersey, you don't get nothing from that. The licensing's all through the NFL. They get the money. I mean, there's a lot of things they could do to clean the game up. They don't do it. The only time the NFL does anything is through public pressure. Tom Brady gets suspended 4 games for a deflated ball. Give me a damn break. It's a deflated ball.
Yeah, but we
Aaron Rodgers admitted that he overinflates balls, which to me is the same law he's breaking as what Tom Brady broke. Right. But the NFL is pissed off at Tom Brady because he would not give up access to his cell phone.
Right, exactly.
And as an American citizen, I don't have to give the guy I work for access to my cell phone. And the thing I find really mind-blowing is all these, basically, I don't know, what's a good word for it? We'll go back to the 60s. All these nitwits that sit there and think, well, if he didn't have nothing to hide, he should have gave him the cell phone. That's not how this country is supposed to work. I'm supposed to have privacy. Maybe he had something in there where he texted to somebody talking crap about one of his teammates. Maybe there was pictures of Giselle. And you know what? The NFL, with everything they've leaked over the years, do you really want them having access to your phone? Right. Because what's going to happen is then, accidentally there's a naked picture of Giselle. Or there's Tom Brady, is disgusted with Bill Belichick because he lost to the Chiefs 45-14 a couple of years ago, and he texts something about Bill Belichick. And, I mean, that stuff happens all the time. I mean, if you're friends with somebody, you can be mad at them, blow off some steam, tell your wife, text your wife, and then it's over with. It doesn't matter. They had no right to see his cell phone, and the fact that he would not show them is why he is suspended for 4 games. It has nothing to do with a deflated ball.
Exactly. You can always flip this one on your head. If somebody comes to you and says, well, would you turn your phone over to your boss? And they say, hell no. You say, what, are you hiding something?
Yeah, well, the point
is
this.
You just don't want to turn over your phone to your boss. That's it. And we'll suspend you 4 weeks for that.
This is not George Orwell's 1984.
No.
Which is what the society is turning into. And basically it's Colts fans that are mad because Tom Brady kicks their butt all the time. And everybody else.
Now, wait a minute, though. You say this is turning into 1984, but yet the only time justice seems to be done, or at least some semblance of justice seems to be done in the NFL, is when the people take something viral on social marketing.
Yeah, but they take it viral in a bad way, too. They take it viral now because everybody that's not a Patriots fan wants them suspended.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I mean, so it's not 1984. What it is, they brainwash people. You know, the NFL put out a bunch of stuff that wasn't true. I mean, the big thing, New Orleans Saints, when all their coaches got in trouble for the bounty gate and everything, if you look into that case, they didn't have much of a case.
Oh, no. Even I saw not recently where somebody from the commissioner's office was off the record saying that, yeah, they had nothing.
Yeah, they falsified
and
it.
They ruined careers.
Yeah, they destroyed careers. Was it Greg Williams? I mean, he's now a defensive line coach.
Right.
The guy was in line to possibly be a head coach. And worse, he'd still be a defensive coordinator. So they cost him hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they ruined his reputation.
Absolutely. There's no coach in the NFL that's more under the radar now than this guy. It's almost like he's in hiding. It's almost like
most people don't even know he's coaching.
Right. He's in this Salman Rushdie sort of existence where he's hiding out.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to this one then. Let's go on to topic number 4, fantasy football. Mike, you got problems with fantasy football, don't you? You say
I'm just not a big fan
even like
of
to play.
I'm going to play it in your league, in our Grueling Truth league. I'll beat you all, but I won't enjoy it. I mean, it's really,
but
fantasy should involve a naked woman, number one, because I'm a grown man.
You play daily fantasy, which is pure gambling.
Oh, yeah, but that's to make money. That's different than doing it for fun.
Oh, I get it.
And I would like to bring up that on the DraftKings CFL one, I am up $12. So I'll be able to quit all my jobs pretty soon and just live off the DraftKings money.
Yeah, you're taking a fast track to easy street there, Mike.
But see, the other thing is I don't put much thought into it either. You know, I don't want to sit around for hours and have a draft like I'm probably going to have to do with you guys now just to appease you. But I got better stuff to do. I don't know what it is yet, but whatever it is, it's better than playing fantasy football. Plus, you know, if I did a Yahoo last year for free, just a Yahoo league just to see. And I mean, my 2 quarterbacks were like Andy Dalton and Ben Roethlisberger. So I don't ever want to play Ben Roethlisberger because I don't want him to do good. And when I do play him, I'm cheering for him to lose. It's just confusing to me.
Yeah. Okay, you got better stuff to do, like wipe off your dog's butt. This is something better to do.
I don't wipe my dog's butt. My dog wipes his own butt.
Oh, okay. So you're plunging your toilets there after your son.
Yes, I plunge my toilet. Okay. The dog flushes when he goes in it.
Okay. How much is it because you are an actual football coach? How much is your sort of, you know, boredom or dislike of fantasy football because you're a coach?
I don't know. I like the Gridiron Moab thing better, where you can sit there and call the plays during the game. And they're one of our sponsors, so everybody check them out at www.gridironmo.com.
There you go.
Shameless plug right there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. It seems stupid to worry about different players on different teams. I'm used to, like, cheering for one team.
Well, this is the way the young folks watch football now, Mike. They watch for the players. It's like the NBA almost, which I know that you enjoy very much.
Oh, yeah, I loved the NBA before 1991. Give me Larry and Magic, and even Michael, but none of the other stuff.
Even Michael. Well, those are two words we're going to go into much more detail, I think, in a future show. We'll give you a teaser here. Mike is not convinced that Michael Jordan is the greatest player ever, like most folks that were alive to see him play.
Like most folks, try to make me sound like a weirdo.
Well, I mean, you know, if the shoe fits, Mike.
I have reasons for it.
Oh yes, of course. One thing that we can say about Mike may be incendiary in his opinions, but they are well thought out opinions. I will
have not
say
been
that.
Incendiary.
Of what?
Number one, I'm from Indiana. I'm not even sure what that means, but I think it has something to do with fire. So.
Well, yeah. But I mean, an incendiary opinion is, like a flame, right? It's like
I don't think I have
something...
incendiary opinions. All the people I hang out with believe the same way I do.
Everybody?
Yeah, or I will shout them down until they agree with me or give up.
Okay, there you go. You'll verbally subdue them.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically just browbeat them until they agree so they don't have to argue anymore.
Did you ever want to be a cop, Mike?
No, I've never wanted to be a cop.
You ever wanted to be a policeman, huh?
Yeah,
did you ever want to be a master criminal?
No.
No?
I want to be a smooth criminal.
There you go.
Like
or
Michael
a rogue
Jackson.
Cop, right?
No, there's enough rogue cops. Rogue cops are why I wouldn't want to be a cop. Most cops are great. Some cops aren't. And I don't want to get shot for the stuff that the bad cops do.
Right. No doubt. Right. Okay. Let's close the topic list with an easy one. Ready, Mike? The presidential election. This has been a tremendous election. It's been huge. It's been spectacular. You wouldn't believe how wonderful this election has been, Mike.
Okay. So is the sarcasm done yet?
Oh yes. My Trumpian sarcasm is done.
Well, I mean,
so you're going to vote for Hillary, right?
There's a bunch of idiots running for president, and everybody's good with it.
Wow,
I mean, we got Hillary Clinton with the email scandals, her husband. I mean, the big one that got me was 1975 or 76, the audio they got of her talking about getting a criminal off that had raped a 12-year-old girl and laughing about it. And then you got Donald Trump, who is just a freaking moron. And my problem is this. I think maybe they're in on this together. I mean, all his views have switched since he's run for president. He used to be for abortion. Now he's against it. He used to vote for gun control measures. Now he's against them. And he used to give a lot of money to the Clintons. And if you go in on Google or Yahoo, which I don't think anybody uses Yahoo anymore, so if you go in there and you punch up the Clintons and the Trumps, you get all kind of pictures of them laughing and hanging out together. It has been said
that he is a liberal plant.
And why would he say the stupid stuff he says? All he would have to do is be quiet and not say anything, and he'd win.
Yeah, but he is. He is stupid, right?
I don't think he's stupid because you can't be that rich and be that stupid, which is why I think this could be a setup.
Well, he's certainly stupid enough to be getting outspent in advertising by Jill Stein right now. You know that, right? I mean, the man has had zero advertising since.
Well, once again, is that stupid or is that saving your money because you have no intention of winning?
Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah, except it's not his money, right? It's the RNC's money. So what does he care?
Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about anything because I don't think he really wants to win that bad. I think I think the Democrats and Republicans are basically the same thing anymore. And I don't think if he was real, even though he's saying stupid stuff, that the Republicans would have so many people backing the Democrat and switching to the Democrat. Because there's no Republican out there that if they were a true party separate from the Democrats that would ever vote for Hillary Clinton. The woman is evil.
So are you decided yet?
Yeah, I've decided I'm voting for my dog, Rambo.
You're going to write in Rambo. Okay.
Yep, if I vote. Right now, the only person I'm voting for is Brian Schmidt to be the head coach of the Salt Lake Screaming Eagles, which you can go on my Facebook page or you can go to Twitter, and you can vote for him. It's an IFL team. Fan voting decides it. And that's one place where I can vote for somebody I want to win. There's nobody that I want to win this race. I'm a libertarian. But when you give me two Republican governors as the libertarian candidates, that also tells me this whole thing's set up. Because this is the one time where a libertarian could win.
But
if you had an actual libertarian to get the 15% to get into the debates, because I believe like libertarians do, if what you do doesn't bother me, have at it. I don't care. I don't know why the state has to regulate marriage. I don't know why why the government has to regulate marriage. I mean, the 10th Amendment to the Constitution was supposed to be states' rights. States are supposed to take care of most things. The federal government steps in when they need to. and they step in even when they don't need to.
But Mike, I mean, look, I lived in New Mexico when Gary Johnson was governor. Okay, this dude was no more a Republican than Bernie Sanders was a Democrat. You know, he was doing it. But if
you look at what he says, he's not a libertarian either.
Really? What makes you think that?
He's closer to a libertarian than a Democrat or Republican. But that's it. I mean, number one, he's for abortion, which right there means I would never vote for him.
Okay. Be careful. He's not for abortion, Mike. He's for choice. He's pro-choice.
For abortion. No, he's not. He's anti-life.
Wow.
Okay. This is the stuff that bothers me. You know, they can call people that are anti-abortion. They can call them anti-abortion. Why can't I call somebody? Or it makes no sense to me.
Anti-life.
Because I think this. I think in the long run, what we come down to is a society that does not make people take care of their responsibilities. And the Constitution says all people are created, so when is a baby a baby? You know, and what right does somebody have because they made a mistake to end somebody else's life before it even begins?
Right. Yes. I can see your viewpoint here. And I'll tell you right now, you're much more rational than probably any of the candidates on this point. I mean, that's a fair enough point. I can't believe I'm calling it fair, Mike. I can't believe I'm calling your opinion fair.
Because it's right.
Unbelievable. Because it's right, of course. Of course it is.
I mean, you can't take somebody's right to live away because you made a stupid choice. Because I'm sorry, you also, as a woman or the man that gets her pregnant, have a choice to not have unprotected sex. Because you're not supposed to have sex till you're married anyways.
Wow. Really, Mike?
Well, you're not. I can tell you this. This is the thing that blows my mind, the fact that you would say, wow, really? Because, in the Bible it says you're not supposed to have premarital sex. And yes, I did. And you know what? If I had to do it over again, it would be so much better if the only person I was ever with was my wife. Seriously.
This I can understand, but, I don't want to get into religion here. But I think that, you talked about how Washington didn't want us to play soccer. Well, I think that, certain leaders in the 20th century, guys like Martin Luther King, didn't want to take away what should be, our freedom as, animals, basically, to enjoy sex.
Okay, so you equate people with animals. Okay, I believe in God. I equate people as being directly from God in His image.
Wow. Well,
the thing that blows my mind is you say, wow, because this is the thing. Public schools, everywhere. And I don't think God should necessarily be in public schools because I don't want teachers teaching my kids about religion or sex. That's my job.
Yeah. Okay.
And when I teach them about it, especially to religion, you got a choice of what you believe in your life. You don't have to believe what I believe. You have a right to live your life the way you want, which is why I'm a libertarian, which is why if you don't hurt nobody else, I think you should do whatever you want. Now, on the case of abortion, you are affecting somebody else. If people want to go out and smoke weed, I don't care. I never have. I don't have any interest in it. I don't care. It stinks. Don't see the point. But if you want to, as long as I ain't got to smell it, you do it. You do what you want in the privacy of your own home. And the problem is right now government tries to legislate everything that you do, be it in your own home or anywhere else. Heck, it's just like making a decision to buy a house or rent a house. You're renting a house no matter what, because if you don't pay property taxes every year to the be-all, end-all government, they'll take it from you. So you're just paying rent to the government. You don't own the house.
Right. Or to the bank, right?
Yeah, but the banks run the government.
Right.
It does. Money controls everything. The World Bank controls everything. If you want to get to George Washington and them, they were all Freemasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they created a great constitution. The only thing is they left out 15% of the population. And really more than that when you include women, since they weren't allowed to vote or anything else.
Not to mention Native Americans. Who
we just, instead of leaving them out, we just killed them all.
Yeah.
Which is another thing that upsets me about Donald Trump with the Make America Great Again. When was America great? The concept of America was great. The execution of making America great never came through.
America has never been great, Mike. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Wow.
We may have been greater than other places, but I mean, okay, what year do you suggest we were great?
Oh, I'm not saying that at all. I just want to make sure your position is absolutely clear here. We're talking about a serious topic here. So I just want to make sure that there's no mistaking what you're saying here.
If you're a white man, there's been plenty of times when it was great. But a population as a whole, not so much. And the problem is nowadays, they try to make everything a racial thing so they can pit black people against white people. So while we're fighting with each other, they're doing whatever they want.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, the thing is this, more white people were killed by cops than black people were killed by cops last year.
Well,
there's bad cops that'll kill whatever race they want to kill. It just happens. But you know what? They only pinpoint the ones where there might be some question, and they can stir some stuff up in mainstream media. Because they want everybody fighting with each other.
But don't you consider yourself a patriot, Mike?
Yeah, I do. But I don't consider too many other people patriots.
And
I don't know. What's your description of a patriot? What's your definition?
I love my country. It's the best in the world. I will defend it, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Well, see, would you defend it right now?
This country, well, I'm not what you would call a quality American anyway. You know, I lived overseas for the better part of 20 years, Mike. I mean,
where were you born?
Where was I? I was born here. I was born in the States.
Okay.
I was
You're
born
an American.
In Manchester.
This is my thing. Right now, I would never let my kids in the military. Because I don't trust that the people that would send my kids to war would do it under the circumstances it should be done. You know, very few congressmen send their kids to war. You know, rich people make war. Poor people fight them and die for them.
Right. Right.
So as soon as Donald Trump's a draft dodger.
Yes.
You know, and he's a legit draft dodger. Muhammad Ali, to me, was not a draft dodger. Muhammad Ali was a man that had a point. He stood up for it. He did not run. Donald Trump's a guy that got his daddy to get him out of it.
As
There's a
Bill
difference
Clinton.
there. You know, Muhammad Ali was willing to go to jail or die for what he believed in. Donald Trump was, as Gary Johnson said, just a pussy. You know,
Bill Clinton.
And right now, if I had to lean the vote towards it would be Gary Johnson. I would like to see him in a debate to see if I think he's real or not. Because the thing that bothered me is they asked him what he thought of Donald Trump. He said he was a clown, he was a pussy, all this stuff. But when they asked him what he thought of Hillary Clinton, he said she was a great public servant. There is not a libertarian worth his salt that would even consider uttering those words.
Yeah, see, I don't get that. I wonder what his vice president would say about that same question, because he'd say
the same thing, because he's a bigger scumbag than Gary Johnson.
You think so? Well, he was high on the rhetoric.
Bill Well's a big-time neocon. Look at his voting record in Massachusetts.
Yeah, but he was
he became the governor of a Democratic state because the Democrat that he was running against, I forget the guy's name, went on air a few weeks before the election and just said some stupid stuff that made people mad.
And Wells snuck in.
Yeah.
Well, this went off the rails pretty thoroughly.
I think it went the way you wanted it to go, but...
Hey, Mike, this is about Mike's opinion, as far as I'm concerned. This is about the thoughts of a righteous guy. Can I just say that, Mike? Seriously.
See, now you're mocking me just because I brought up the Bible.
I'm not.
You are.
I honestly think that you are a righteous individual. I respect anyone who holds opinions that you can logically and rationally back up. You can explain your controversial opinions in a solid manner. Mike, honestly. I'm not just saying this because you're my boss, because you are my boss, but you're not paying me anything. So I can say this. I don't need to butter
I'm
you
not
up.
paying you anything?
Are you?
I'm not.
Well, there you
I'm
go.
not now.
Right. Exactly. So, but I got no cause to butter you up, Mike. You are a righteous individual. You started this website, the GruelingTruth.net. It's named after you because you are the Grueling Truth, and you do a great job on it, and you have opinions worth hearing. I don't have to agree, but at least you can back your shit up, Mike.
Well, at least from what I've said, it seems like you totally agree with everything I said tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Not.
Okay.
Not.
Well, what don't you agree with?
You can't talk me out of soccer, Mike.
Well, I don't need to talk you out of soccer. It's just a disgusting sport. And I'll tell you, the downfall of American civilization started in, like, the mid-'60s when they started that say soccer crap. It's been all downhill since.
Really?
Basically, soccer and the Vietnam War are what destroyed this country.
In that order?
In that order. Soccer's just stupid. It's a waste of a 100-yard field you can play football on.
A lot of Americans are in agreement with you on that one, Mike. Right then. Okay, let's wrap this one up. We're going to try and do this again. If you like it, let us know. If you don't like it, well, screw you. We don't care. Well, don't you think? We'll sign off now that Mike has thoroughly enlightened us for this evening. For Mike, the Incredible Hulk Goodpaster, I am Oz Davis, and this has been What Ticks Mike Off.